Okay, so now we're going to talk about the microcosmic orbit breath for evening. You can do this seated, lying down. The position for seated is on the edge of the chair with the feet hip width and parallel. And we discussed there's various hand positions. The most typical one is just fold your fingertips over your knees, relax your shoulders, elbows, tuck the chin in slightly, which lifts your crown point, tip of the tongue pushing up against the upper palate. Breathe lightly through the nose. So the spine's very erect. So, of course, if you're lying down, you can do this in any position lying down. It's recommended that at night you lie on your left side. So if you're trying to fall asleep, it's more beneficial to spend most of your sleeping time on your left side, apparently. Something to do with the flow of energy in your organs. In any case, back to the microcosmic orbit breath. So we're going to do the sedating cycle. So just to review, the energizing cycle goes up the back, down the front. So we're going to reverse that journey, and we're going to start in the navel. Inhale, front. Go up the front. Then at the tip of the tongue, resting on the upper palate, is when you change and go around your head and exhale down the back. So this is the opposite of the energizing cycle. It's going to go around your crotch and then come back to your where your belly button is, and then resume another inhale. So this is like the snowman breath that we teach the kids, where we start from the bottom, right, to come down and go down the back, up the front, down the back. So just to make it a little more clear, we'll do this little diagram that I like. Here's the belly button. This time we're going to inhale bottom and go up the front to the tip of the tongue, high. And then we're going to go down. Here's the crown point, and down the back. So now I'm going to deal with one other thing because there's also another breath called reverse breathing, which is also known as a Taoist breath or a yogi breath, yogic breathing. Or it's also called a longevity breath. So that's the opposite of, it's counterintuitive, because you typically think on the inhale you expand, exhale, contract. Now we're sending a different message to our body, where on the inhale you contract, and the exhale you relax the perineum, the small muscle between the anus and the genitals. So that would be your Taoist or longevity breath. Now this leads to the question of how do you breathe when you do Tai Chi? So teachers all tell their students to breathe naturally because they're trying to memorize movements, and you can't, it's too many layers of information to put together as a beginner, remembering the form, remembering the postures, the names of the postures, what they do, where you are in space, all that. But once that kind of gets natural, then your mind can go on to breathing. So it's good to do reverse breathing when you do the form. Really good for cultivating chi. You're getting really relaxed. You're turning inward a lot. And you're doing a longevity breath while you're doing a form that creates longevity. So that whole thing is very copacetic. It really goes with the longevity breath and Tai Chi. So now just to add one more layer of information to this video, There's also a Buddhist breath, which we practice when we do Igun Jin, the tendon exchange, or the muscle change classic. And that form is in another video on YouTube. You can look at that. So when you get more, if you choose to get more deeply into meditation and Kung Fu, you can start doing very complicated breathing patterns. We do this in Bear, in the Wudong 5 Animal Frolics, where we do the position's really easy, right? And first we do a longevity breath, a yogic breath. And inhale, contract the perineum. Then, this is not how it starts, but I'm just showing this part. Then on the exhale, we tighten the abs. So there's your Buddhist breath. And now on the inhale, we lift the perineum into the tight abs. So everything is pulling very tight. And then exhale, release everything. So you can get into complicated breathing patterns when, let's say, I mean, you can fit it into the course of your normal life of when you want to do a Taoist Buddhist breathing combo, when you want to have a meditation like that. Okay, I'm going to end this video where I've said more than I should to not get beginners mixed up. But I think my advanced students know know what I'm talking about. The best time to meditate is early in the morning before you start your day, before you check the news cycle, definitely. Before you listen to what's, the earthquake or which politician hates a different one. Just, don't do that to yourself. So as soon as you wake up, that's the best time to meditate. Okay, there you have the whole ball of wax as far as I'm concerned.